Speaking of celebrating winning games, though, Chelsea got slapped by Newcastle at the weekend. And what did you make of that? Because a lot of Chelsea fans were angry after that game for the sort of immature performance of Chelsea. What was your take on it, mate?
Same as Tottenham. Naive. They're not that good. Yeah, they keep waffling on about how they've got injuries and how Poch just needs a settled 11. Well, he ain't that good anyway, the manager. And I don't even know half of their squad. But I'm looking at their bench and I'm thinking, who's he? Never heard of you, mate. Like, who are you? Never heard of you. Like, I'm not even joking.
No, I know. It's just funny how you said it.
Like, who's Washington?
Don't know.
Like, I don't know who these players are, Terry. And it's like, they've done all this dough. Like, literally, you can make a film about that football club. How to bury a football club in 18 months. Like, it's mad what's happened to them. Yeah, and so many of their fans are just accepting it. Like, the standards of that football club under Roman to now, it's night and day. And their fans are still the same fans. So why are they suddenly accepting it now? Because they weren't then. Like, they fully deserve to get battered as well. They were crap. Yeah, Reece James getting sent off as well. The guy's either getting sent off or never fit. Yeah, Thiago Silva looks like a finished footballer right now. Yeah, what a player he's been over the years, but he looks like a finished footballer, but he can't do it all on his own. Like, Sterling's goal was cracking. What a finish that was. Free kick, nice goal. Yeah, but mate, I'm looking at them and I'm thinking, where are you going to finish the season? Like, you'll be lucky to get top 10. Like, you can go on a little run and you can beat a couple of teams here and there, get a draw against us, slap up Tottenham, whatever, draw against City. Against all the bigger teams, they've done all right. But no disrespect, mate, they're done. They're going to take years and years to get back to the top. Years and years.
I think it's just about experienced players are needed. They just look young and naive. And there's a lot of Chelsea fans, I think, when Nkunku comes back, that's going to make a big difference for them.
Yeah, they're pinning their hopes on one player who's never kicked ball in the Premier League. Like, this is where they're at. Like, would this have happened under Roman? It wouldn't, would it? And how far down do you go with Poch now before you sack him? Because you can say, oh, but you can't keep sacking managers. You can't keep sacking managers. How far down do you go? Because like they're currently, what, 10th in the league? A couple more losses, they'll be down in 16th. Yeah, then all of a sudden, they're lucky there's 4 teams or 5 teams that are worse than them. But real talk, yeah, they are not good. Yeah, and you look at all the players on paper. If you brought up their whole squad right now and went as a Man United fan and me as an Arsenal fan and said, which ones are you taking at your club? We'd struggle to pick 5. Yeah, that's weird, man. Like, that ain't Chelsea. But the way it's been marketed as a youth project, why is everyone so on this youth project stuff? I don't get it. Oh, it has to be a youth project. Oh, they can all grow together. What? When did a youth project ever win the Premier League?
Never.
Never. Exactly. So why is everyone so obsessed with kids? Like, make it make sense. Make it make sense.
No, look, I understand that element. Like I said, they need to add some additional quality.
But they need to get the best players available, well, non-available. Everyone's available at a price. We've seen that. Yeah, Saudi have proven that. Everyone's got a price. Yeah.
No, I understand that. I think it shows. I think it shows two sides of things. We spoke about Brighton a minute ago, and they need to spend more. But with Chelsea, in some respects, they could have spent $1 billion. But maybe they've spent too much. You know what I mean? You had the argument about a year ago about I think if you buy too many players at once, I don't think it matters if they're young or old. It is very difficult to get cohesion because nobody knows each other. They haven't had time to build up relationships. And if you add a player or two in at a time, it kind of helps. And I think what they now need to do.
I mean, what's the guy at Forest? He got about 25 players in not the summer gone, the summer before, and he was struggling for the first 4, 5, 6, 7 games. Then after that, started kicking on up the league. Yeah, but we've seen Inter Milan do it. They've overhauled the whole squad in one summer. You can do it. Atleti have done it before, yeah. But the thing is, when you have to buy players that are experienced and some up and comers, yeah, like up and coming players, because you can't just go, there you go, there's 25 players and they're all under 25. What are you expecting from that? Because you've gone from being up here and the standards being up here under the previous owner. You've now got this cowboy in there that don't have a clue what he's doing, just throwing money left, right, and centre. Yeah, doing it himself, buying the players himself. Yeah, sacking Tuchel, sacking Potter, and he's going to have to sack Poch at some point. Yeah, and I reckon he could be gone by Christmas.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not, mate. Look at their fixtures. Tell me where they're getting a win.
I'm going to look at their Premier League fixtures here. Let's have a little look at what Lee's saying here.
Because the thing is, you can sit there and go, yeah, cool, right, whatever. Yeah, oh, look, they've got this team, they've got that team. But Terry, they've got Brighton next. Well, they should be Brighton, but they're not.
Brighton at home, and then they're away to Man United on the 6th of December. Then they're away to Everton, at home to Sheffield United, and then on Christmas Eve, they're away at Wolves.
And then they 27th, they've got Palace at home.
Where are they Palace at home?
Because it's all well and good saying Sheffield United they should win. Yeah, and maybe Palace they should win, or Wolves they should win, or Brighton, or whoever. Yeah. But let's be real with it here. They should have won a lot of games in the last 18 months that they ain't won. So is any Chelsea fan watching this in this chat right now confident they're getting any wins in December? Because if they don't, there's a big issue there and he's going to have to go. Then where do you go?
My question is, I understand
you can't just keep him. If he let's say sorry, Phil. Let's say he only gets two wins in December, 2 wins, right? Forget the cup game, right? Let's just say in the league he only gets 2 wins out of all them fixtures. Yeah, they'd be down about 14th, right? So then what do? You go, oh well, let's just keep him and hope he turns it around. Yeah, get some more players in January and spend another 300 billion quid. Yeah, and hope he does it. Or do we sack him and give the new manager that? And go and get another manager in and give him the money. They've put themselves in a position where they're kind of snookered. Yeah, by doing this in the first place.
My question would be, and this isn't so much a challenge to you, it's generally. So I understand if he's got them sitting, and I know that he hasn't spent the whole billion. I know he's had, 300 or 400 million he spent. But if he is sitting 14th and 15th, I think there has to be questions over a manager who basically hasn't improved you since last year in terms of your performances in place. At the same time, though, if we're criticizing the way that Todd Bowley has done the recruitment, they've brought no experience, it's all kids, is sacking the manager going to fix this? Or do you think a better manager would get the required performances out of this squad that you've also said isn't good enough? So it almost a little bit to me, I understand the criticism of the manager, but how do you balance that off?
Goal this season? What is the owner's goal for the season? What is the fan base's goal? At the start of the season, what was their target? What was Chelsea fans' target at the start of the season? When Poch came in, they knew he was coming in, got all these players. What was their target? Because he ain't there now.
It has to have been at least qualifying for that Europa League and pushing for Champions League, like bare minimum in terms of improvement. It had to be that. And as you say, right now, in terms of Europa League spot is 6th. They're behind Man United by 8 points. And when you consider how bad Man United have been, it isn't a good look. But my point is, you've questioned the youth project and the way they've bought players and the standards of the owners. Is sacking the manager, with all that in the background, in your opinion, going to improve Chelsea? Bringing in another manager, that maybe the 4th guy in a year and a bit, is that going to help them?
That's what I'm saying. We don't know. We don't know whether it's going to. Based on previous, it ain't, is it? Because they sacked Potter and they're still the same. Yeah, the ownership is the problem. Yeah, and that's where the fans have to now demand. No, we have to sign experienced players. All of this youth players and players under 25 is a load of rubbish. Go and get proper players. Go and get some experience. The only experienced player in that team that I see is Sterling, yeah, and Thiago. That's it. Where's the rest of them? Yeah, so when it's all going wrong, if Sterling's not on the pitch, right, they're all looking around, and the strikers up front, who ain't even a striker, he's a winger, and not a very good one, went on a little purple patch and everyone hyped him up. Yeah, he's now looking, thinking, yeah, Thiago, give me inspiration. He's shouting all the way down the. Come on, man! Listen, this is a mess. That club is a mess. That would be one of the box office smashes ever if they made a film about that. Yeah, how to bury a football club in 18 months. It's true. They were European champions, 2-3 years ago? Now look at them. Just like that.
It doesn't. Again, some of the football from them this season has been excellent. At the same time, I get the criticism of the results. It's not there. And I listened to Mark Goldbridge the other day, and he was talking about how he finds it weird that there is very little media pressure. There's very little talk about it. It's all very much
media darling, isn't he? Of course he is. He got Tottenham playing nice football. Do me a favour. They love a serial loser. There's no pressure. There's no pressure. Yeah. There's no pressure from their fan base. I don't see many of their fans saying Poch out. Yeah, I see a lot of their fans on the owner's case. Yeah, but what are they doing about it? They're still turning up every week. They're not protesting. They're not doing anything about it. They're just tweeting about it. Yeah, I was sitting on YouTube.
I get where you come from. I still think they'll get it right, though. If you look at who they're now linked to, the Ivan Tonys, the Oshermans, I know you're not a big fan of him per se, but he's got that experience. And I think that's what they now need. It needs to be investment in players of a certain age and of a certain level of experience. And you start sprinkling them into this young squad, I think they'll improve. I understand the pressure on Poch, but I just think that by getting rid of him,